And the Marine Corps has a much bigger problem in Stu Scheller than just this court case. Two things: Congress and public opinion. How you doing, folks? Late in the evening over here in Iraq, but watching a news story about Lieutenant Colonel Stu Scheller. He's the young Lieutenant Colonel who is a battalion commander, made a few videos. They went viral, I think, to say the least. They went viral, faced several, I guess, rounds of repercussions, continued to stand his ground, wouldn't back down, currently in pretrial confinement in the brig, that's jail. I wanted to provide some commentary, and this is all based off of a story I saw. I think it was a Fox News story that I saw. There was a perspective that I think was really missing from that particular story, and I've not heard it talked about anywhere else. I wanted to share that with you. This young Lieutenant Colonel, he's standing up for what he believes. He's not backing down, which I don't think anybody in the Marine Corps anticipated. The government is now going to bring a court-martial against this guy. The government does not bring a case to court-martial unless it's pretty well locked tight. I would expect that whatever articles they end up throwing at this guy, which there's a host of, potential articles they could charge him with, they're going to make him look like probably some sort of a wild-eyed domestic terrorist type. In court, I have no doubt that the United States government will prevail. They will probably absolutely crush Stu Scheller in court. But there's a lot more to this here. And the Marine Corps has a much bigger problem in Stu Scheller than just this court case. And I don't think the Marine Corps realizes it. I think they're a little behind the curve, possibly. The reason I think they've got a bigger problem is two things: Congress and public opinion. The Marine Corps may be technically correct, they may prevail in court and win that battle, but I think the Marine Corps is in grave danger of losing a much larger war in Congress and in public opinion. Congress, let's cover that first. The Marine Corps exists off of funding, as do all organizations, in all government organizations, and Congress holds the purse strings. So now, if you were watching some of the congressional hearings with our senior military leadership, there are many congressional members who specifically brought up Lieutenant Colonel Stu Scheller's name, and it's obvious that they view what he has been doing as perfectly honorable. Now, from the public perspective, from the media perspective, and from the congressional members' perspective, on one hand, you have Stu Scheller asking for accountability. And honestly, from a personal perspective, I've watched, I want to say, 4 videos that he's made. I've seen them. I haven't heard him make a lot of allegations that I wouldn't have at least thought when I was still in the Marine Corps. When I was still active duty, I would have bitched and moaned, and guaranteed I wouldn't have done what he did, but I still would have bitched and moaned. A lot of the same complaints, probably. But we now have a young lieutenant colonel who basically bitched and moaned. And actually, most of what I heard him say I was pretty on board with. I thought it was pretty correct. Now, there'll be a lot of disagreement amongst my own friends about whether or not he went about it the right way. I think that's what you can hear a lot of. Well, he didn't go about it the right way. At the same time that you've got this young guy in the brig essentially for speaking his mind, you've got congressional hearings where senior military leadership are doing a really good job of deflecting blame and not taking a whole lot of accountability. Nobody has raised their hand and owned this thing, right? So there's that dichotomy, and I don't think the public likes it, and I don't think the congressional members like it. but particularly those ones who came out today, and I think it was mostly today, essentially sounding like they're supporting Lieutenant Colonel Stu Scheller. So this is the war that I'm afraid that the Marine Corps is not anticipating, or they didn't see the battlefield right or something, but they may very well lose in Congress. And if the Marine Corps loses in Congress, funding will follow. Now, are they just going to defund the Marine Corps? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that when the Office of Legislative Affairs is no longer able to open doors for the Marine Corps, when the Marine Corps needs help from a funding perspective, the way it works is someone like me, when I was working in the Pentagon for Headquarters Marine Corps, we would go and we would liaise with congressional members, and we would say, hey, sir, we really need your support on this. This is a priority for the Marine Corps. And then we would get support, and it would get put into the budget. Sometimes. I mean, sometimes we didn't win, but we won a lot. We had a tremendous amount of success. And that success was based off of the Marine Corps' reputation for being honest brokers, for doing more with less, and for essentially being this organization that is all things America. Victor Krulak wrote, "The United States of America does not have a Marine Corps because it needs one. Don't need a Marine Corps. The United States of America has a Marine Corps because the American people want a Marine Corps." Right? So this pivots to public opinion. Much the same as Congress, the United States Marine Corps depends on public opinion. When the American people no longer want a Marine Corps, we won't have a Marine Corps. So we're there because the American people want it. When we lose public opinion, because when the public looks at the Marine Corps and says, hey, this is an unjust thing, and this isn't just one, it's not one drill instructor, one bad actor. When we see the Marine Corps bringing its full force, and the U.S. government bring its full force down on a single young lieutenant colonel, it does not look good. It doesn't look just, and it doesn't look proportional, and we lose public opinion. And the same as Congress. Essentially, the congressional members look at it and, they say, hey, to my eyes, what this guy is doing looks very honorable, and we've got these other guys trying to obfuscate and to deflect. Why is Stu Scheller being held accountable, right? And so both in Congress and in public opinion, that's the way it's being perceived. The Marine Corps, I think, is in really grave danger of losing that battle based on the optics. It looks like the Marine Corps expected young Lieutenant Colonel Stu Scheller to take his beating and go away quietly. All right, you've had your 15 minutes of fame. Time to take your beating, go away quietly with whatever he had a plea bargain offer, but he has continued to press this issue, and I think the Marine Corps was caught off guard by that. Surely nobody would be so stupid as to go to a court-martial over this thing. Well, he did, and he has, but now it's been picked up by Congress, and it's been picked up by the media, and so it's becoming a major news story, particularly in the matrix of these congressional hearings where we have senior leadership not taking accountability, which congressional members and public opinion are not happy about the whole Afghanistan debacle. And they're like, why is nobody being held accountable? While at the same time, for asking the same questions that many military members and that many citizens would have asked, Stu Scheller is now in the brig. So that's a perspective that has not been talked about. I wanted to bring it to you, and that's really about all I got for you tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Hit like, hit subscribe, check out some of the other videos. All you guys have a great evening wherever you are in the world, whether it's afternoon, morning, evening. You guys have a great day. I will see all of you later. Bye. Hey everybody, John and Stacy Semper Savage.
Hey y'all,
We are a veteran-owned company,
we're family operated.
and we are making some of the finest salad dressing and marinade on the planet.
It's all natural,
We're using the finest ingredients.
like extra virgin olive oil with no added water or sugar.
No food, science, chemistry, craziness. It's homemade salad dressing and marinade in a bottle.
And you're gonna love it.